Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we're going to talk about Tsuro, Phoenix Rising. But before we do, let's get into our pounds and inches segment. This is where we talk about what Ryan and I are trying to do to achieve better health.
All right, and so this past week I did not do great with my weight loss. I kind of broke the progress that I've been making, and I took kind of, I guess, for lack of a better word, a mental health week. I had somebody say something negative about me, and while I like to pretend that I have a thick skin, man, it really messed me up, and I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I tend to eat my emotions, and I ate on a couple pounds. So, what I want to know is, what do you guys do? What's one of your coping mechanisms that's kind of more on a positive note? What's something that you can do to get past a bad day without resorting to some kind of vice like overeating or smoking or whatever your vice might be? Let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear so I can maybe implement some of those.
All right, but enough about that. Let's talk about Tsuro, Phoenix Rising.
All right, so Tsuro is a kind of a game where you have this Phoenix mini that you're following along on a path. You're trying to be either the last person alive or collect enough stars to make a constellation. So let's show you what that looks like. Here is the board for Tsuro Phoenix Rising. Basically, all the tiles are laid out on this really nice black tray, and you have to kind of build that at the beginning of the game. And the middle is already populated with some tiles, unlike the original Tsuro. And there's also, as you see, these cool little paper lanterns. Now everyone's going to start at kind of the edge of the board. You have these kind of nice Phoenix minis here. You're going to start at the edge of the board. You're going to get two tiles, and they are double-sided. You're going to choose one of them, and you're going to play it on the board in front of your Phoenix. Once you place the tile, you have your Phoenix follow along that line until it either comes to a dead end, or puts you in an endless loop, or knocks you off the edge of the board, or maybe knocks you into another Phoenix. So in this case, we're going to follow along this little trail here. Now, we entered and exited a spot with a lantern. So we're going to put a star there. And then we're going to go to this, and it dead ends at the end of this diagonal here. Now, we entered into another spot with a lantern. However, we did not leave that spot, so no star will be placed quite yet. Now, at the end of your turn, anywhere where there's a star, you pick up that lantern and you place it on any other spot on the board that has a lantern spot on the tile that doesn't already have a lantern piece on it. After that, you collect the stars that are left on the board, and those are your points. We are trying to get to 7. So those are the two winning conditions. Like normal Tsuro, you're trying to just stay alive as long as possible, not fall off the edge. Or if you can be the first person to collect 7 of these stars, you're going to win the game. If you are knocked off the edge for some reason, you do have 1 extra life. You have kind of this stone here, this life stone. You can spend that, and you're going to take your tile off the board, or take your piece off the board, and you're going to start again at the edge on a future turn. On a future turn, if you are looking at a dead end, you then, instead of placing a new tile like you would have in the original one, you actually take this tile, and you can pick it up and flip it over and do whatever you want with it. You can kind of change the orientation of it. If there was a lantern on it, you put that lantern back on, and then you continue your path. So in this case, we go over here. Now, because we left a spot where there's a lantern, again, we drop a star. We keep on following the path. Hey, look, we left another spot where there was a lantern. And you're going to go all the way over here. Now again, we're going to move the lanterns to a spot where there was no lantern, matching the color, then collect all the stars on the board. And I know I've said it before, but again, the gameplay continues until either everyone's been eliminated but one person, or one player has collected 7 of those stars and made a full constellation.
I really enjoyed the trace to this game. I thought it was really innovative. The fact that you can flip tiles and move tiles around, and you're not really, I'll talk about this later, making the other players do anything. So pieces typically aren't falling down. You're not shifting the whole board. You don't have to rearrange everything. You can really just move that one tile because of how they've built those boards, and I thought that was really innovative.
I mean, I thought the production quality overall was pretty great. I mean, you have those little life stones that you use. You're able to, die once when you come back on the board, because you're a Phoenix, and Phoenix rises from the ashes. And there's a really nice think that the stones were ash colored. I
Yeah.
thought that's a really cool, subtle thing there. I thought that the minis were a great mold. I thought that the trays were really fun and innovative, like Bethany said. I thought the tiles had just really pretty artwork, and the clouds had a really serene look, and the way the stars and the lanterns look when you're looking across the table. Just a really cool game.
Yeah, I really liked just moving around the board and seeing what you were making and kind of the picture you were making. I like that in any type of tile game that you're creating this picture, and I like that it's already set up for you, and now you're rearranging that and moving around the board and just seeing where other people are going to move. And I thought it was really fun for me to just play this game. And, you know, I haven't won once. And sometimes it affects people's views on things. But I haven't won once, and I still want to play this game again. Not to see if I can beat it, but just because I enjoyed the play of it.
Yeah, actually, we taught our 6-year-old. She's always been a shark at regular Tsuro, and now she's beating us at this game too, so that's fun. So talking about Tsuro, that game is extremely accessible, very new gamer friendly. You can teach it to anybody. You just place a tile, follow the path. And I don't want to talk about it too much because we're probably going to review that at some point.
But you can download the app, play it every day for a month, and just kind of be sick and tired of it.
Yes, I mean you can.
Not saying I did that.
It's not super deep, and it can get a little bit samey. So what this did to the game was just kind of turn it on its head and give it a little more complexity, give it some more options that you can choose on your turn. I thought that was a really fun way to make the fun game of Tsuro a little more strategic, a little more gamery. And I think that was the perfect entry into the line of Tsuro games.
I did want to point out that I don't know if it's just our copy, but we did have one Phoenix that was kind of like fiddly. Like it just kept falling down even when nobody was doing anything. Like I would finish my play, I lift up my hand, and this fiddly Phoenix would just topple over. And it was just one of them, and it could have just been like, I don't know, something weird with that. It was just kind of top heavy. But like I said, it didn't affect my enjoyment of the game at all. I just wanted to point out that was happening.
By the way, I have a new punk band that I'm starting. It's called Fiddly Phoenix, and our first album is going to be top heavy. So look for that on stores. All right, so yeah, we really enjoyed Phoenix Rising, Tsuro Phoenix Rising. It's a great tile laying game. I thought it was really fun. I think that if you haven't tried Tsuro before and you're looking for something that's an advanced version of that, perhaps, check this out. I think you're really going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoyed this game a lot. And one of the things that I enjoyed about this game that I think is the reason why I don't mind playing it over and over again even after I lose is I like other players' turns. So I'm moving around and doing things, but I like to see what other people can create by turning that one tile that one way and how they go shoo, 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 shoo. And you're like, whoa, that's awesome.
You get like 3 stars in one go.
Yeah, that's really fun for me to watch. So I think that's the reason why I enjoyed this game so much, is that when it wasn't my turn, I still enjoyed seeing what was happening. So I liked seeing what was happening.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's early.
Side note, we woke up an hour and a half early to record this before our kids woke up. So it's a success. We'll see what tonight looks like. Anyway, so I really liked that. That's the reason why I was drawn to this game. It was fun the entire time the game was going, even if it wasn't my turn. Well, that is our full thoughts on Tsuro Phoenix Rising. If you want to see our videos as they come out, make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Facebook under Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. If you want to see pictures of the games that we're currently playing, follow us on Instagram under Ryan and Bethany. If you want to reach out and chat with us, follow us on Twitter under Ryan and Bethany 1. And lastly, if you want to see the in-depth behind the scenes of how Ryan and I are trying to achieve better health in our life.
Big emphasis on trying.
Big emphasis on trying. Follow our blog on Board Game Geek under Pounds and Inches.
All right, well, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.